The University of Florida. All right, look, guys, I'm not going to do this thing. I know there's a lot of Clemson fans in the audience. I'm not going to do this thing where I'm like grinning and flexing. Florida gets 4-star offensive tackle Fletcher Westphal. The 6'8", 330-pound offensive tackle from Leesburg, Virginia, chose the Gators over Clemson. He wrote, let's get to work, go Gators. And he's committed to the University of Florida. And what I didn't expect from this is for Clemson fans kind of in unison to throw up their hands in frustration. I saw Blake M. on Twitter say, for the love of God, Dabo, stop trying to hand out the fewest amounts of scholarships to try to make the kids feel special. Dabo has handed out the fewest scholarships forever, right? Because he doesn't want the kids to feel like dime a dozen. You know, on the list of fewest scholarship offers, Clemson is always one of the fewest that offers, right? What happens when the few you offered go somewhere else? You end up having to settle for a crap player because all the good ones are committed. Though that's the word of Blake M. on Twitter. This is from a good dude who I followed for quite a long time, Clemson Addict on Twitter. Okay, any of you know this guy in person, Clemson Addict? He writes, we got to step our NIL money up. Dabo keeps losing on these guys because he is doing it the way you're supposed to do it. And he is one of the few following the rules that the NCAA can't even enforce. So you're seeing a little bit of frustration, I think, that Dabo is following the rules when nobody else is following the rules. It's hard to follow the rules when no one else is following the rules. And, you know, there's starting to be a concern in and around Clemson that, look, man, you know, is the Dabo way, is it a little bit outdated? You know, and I'm not saying, that's not to say, folks, that it's time to move on, okay? But does Dabo need to get with the times in certain areas, right? Does he need to get with the times in certain areas that he might be falling behind in, right? Is it that time right now? Is that where we're at? Because a lot of these guys are choosing Florida. I spoke to some Florida people last week. I said, what's going on with the Gators? Like, how do you explain this windfall? You know what they told me? They said they've gotten their NIL ship organized. They've gotten it organized. And I said, well, how much are these kids getting? And nobody tells you, nor do they have the information of each individual deal. But the 4 stars at the University of Florida, let's just say, Diesel, they're all making 6 figures. The 4 stars that commit to the University of Florida. Florida has gotten its NIL ship organized.
I wonder when we're going to see a conspiracy investigation between a recruiting service like 24/7 on 3. I'm not throwing any aspersions on any of those sites. I'm just saying they're the big ones. And an NIL collective throwing more and more money at somebody based on the number of stars they have. Like the number of stars, oftentimes, and I understand when you get up into the high-level players, they've been scouted. But the number of stars, oftentimes, is based just on who is offering them. So you'll have a guy who might commit to an FCS team, and he'll either be a no-star or a 2-star guy. And then all of a sudden, he starts picking up G5 offers, and he's a 3-star guy. And then he gets a one-off offer from a Power 5 program. Now he's a 4-star guy. Like, we're seeing more and more 4- and 5-star guys than we've ever seen. And collectives are basing the amount of money that they're paying these guys based off of the number of stars they have. It's very easy to see a correlation and the potential for foul play.
The question for you guys is it time for Dabo to update his policies? Is it time for Dabo to realize that, look, all the new technology, he's got to use it. Diesel, Shane Beamer uses Twitter to his benefit, sometimes to our detriment, but he uses Twitter to his benefit. Dabo's not on Twitter.
Dabo's on Threads.
Is he on Threads?
No, I'm being facetious.
Yeah. I didn't know.
But one of the million, he could be one of the millions of people who have said, screw Twitter, I'm going to Threads.
Yeah, Dabo's not on Twitter. So, you know, in terms of fishing where the fish are, he's not there. He hands out very few scholarships. He hones in on a few guys, right? He is very much a quality over quantity guy. But then his guys are going elsewhere where they're getting paid.
I would say I need to see results before you ask a championship winning coach to change what he does. That's called chasing. That's chasing what other programs are doing without knowing if it works. At some programs it does. At Alabama's, at those type of programs, yeah, it works. But Billy Napier in Florida hadn't won a damn thing. Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M hadn't won a damn thing. You throw all this money to get these big-time recruits, but you can't win anything once you got them. So far be it to say that the policy is outdated, that the policy doesn't work, when we've seen the policy not work at places that advertise how much they use it.
And the other point of this is, like, Clemson right now is 12th in the 2024 recruiting rankings. Last year, Clemson was 11th in the 2023 recruiting rankings. These are the 2 years where name, image, and likeness has really exploded, right? The year before that, they were 10th in 2022. In 2021, they were 5th. And in 2020, Clemson was 3rd. So the 3 years before NIL blew up, Clemson's average recruiting class ranking was 6th, right? Blowing up with NIL, Clemson's average recruiting rating is 11.5. So they've gone from 6th to 11.5 while this is going on. And, you know, Dabo said, I'm not against name, image, and likeness. I'm not against some of this stuff. I don't think he's against players earning money. I think he's against players being employees very, very much. And let's just say I don't think he's on the front foot in terms of paying players money.
Texter says, for 6 figures, I'd go play for the 5th or 6th best team in the SEC instead of a perennial champion. Shot fired at the Florida Gators.
There it is. Look, I don't know if that's a shot, Diesel. I mean, I think that's pretty accurate to where we are right now, right? 5th or 6th might be a compliment to where we are right now. I think we got the worst quarterback situation in the SEC, but it brings me back to a question that I've been pondering for some time. And, you know, like I was looking at this guy, Clemson Addict Diesel, who says we've got to step our NIL money up. Dabo keeps losing on these guys because he's doing it the way you're supposed to do it. We got to step our NIL money up. We're now at the place, right, where you and I have a responsibility to pay for these guys.
I'm not.
You're not?
No, I'm not. This is going to be the best con that college football has ever pulled, is convincing fans that they need to slap more money down on the barrelhead to get talent for them. Like, Clemson Athletics makes a ridiculous amount of money. There's a metric measurement here, a bleep ton of money. Clemson has a bleep ton of money, yet they're still convincing you that you need to throw your money down on the barrel to get them better athletes. It'd be one hell of a con if they can pull it off. And I'm not saying it's Clemson. I'm saying it's all the big programs, all the big collectives. These programs make money. South Carolina gets $50 million a year from the SEC, but instead of spending that money to pay their players, they have collectives formed. Now you do it. Now you do it for them. That's ridiculous. I'm never putting money down into a collective. That's one of the dumbest things any fan could ever do, because the player owes you absolutely nothing. You put money in their pocket and they owe you absolutely nothing. They walk away when they want. You get nothing back out of it. It is a dumb investment. Stop putting your money into collectives.
So, Diesel, the reality is I got some information you may not know. In 2021, Clemson Athletics profited $8 million for the whole year. That was their profit margin. That did not rank them among the top 25 universities in America in terms of profit margin. Why is that? They don't have a huge alumni base. They're in a small town. I don't, you could look at the gross, Diesel, and you could say, yeah, Clemson made $58 million, or $70 million. But the net for them was only $8 million.
But you're talking about athletics as a whole.
Right.
You have to break this down sport by sport.
Correct.
How much did Clemson
Correct.
football profit?
Correct. So it's incredibly expensive, as you know, to run the program. You also know that the ACC doesn't make the money that the SEC does. And so the reality is, Diesel, I'm with you in the sense that no, I'm not paying. No, I'm not opening my wallet. And I have to accept that my team may not be as good as a result of that, because NIL is a huge advantage for certain schools. Huge. Now, we'll see how it plays out. It hasn't done much for Texas A&M yet, right?
Yeah.
It hasn't done much for Miami yet, right? But they're paying money hand over fist, and a lot of big-time players. Cormani McClain, for instance, committed to Florida, then shifted to Miami for money, and then Coach Prime goes to Colorado and he rips him from Miami. In the end, fans are realizing we got to step our NIL money up. They're tired of losing players for NIL.
Yeah. Again, I'm not down with people making hundreds of thousands of dollars or more, asking people who make $30,000 to pay for their players. It's not happening. You're not getting that money from me, flat out.
And I also, folks, just so you know, have paid diddly squats to Florida's collective. I will pay diddly squat to Florida's collective. However, Diesel, I will smile when I see that somebody donated $3 million to the Gator Collective. I will smile when I see that, because that means the team is going to be better.